My name is Frank Trovato. I teach with the Community and Justice Services here at Progress, and it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me. And today, I just wanted to share, because this is about sharing, I wanted to share an opportunity and a challenge that was put to us by a really innovative administrator, and who also thinks that yoga is competitive. So you might know who that might be. Last fall, who was actually asking some faculty across the programs whether or not they would be interested in at least trying to teach some blended learning courses. Now, why is that so important? Give me a second, camera. This is your academic book that is found everywhere, leading through learning, and it's the academic plan for 213 to 220. Now, on page 7, one of the drivers to this new innovation of blended learning is found in the principles, in the 9 principal themes. And when you speak of blended learning, I thought number 3, which is learning new essential skills, number 5, which is technology-enhanced learning environments, and number 7, learning through engagement, really lends itself well to that kind of project, to that kind of thinking that we wanted to bring to the classroom. So today I just want to explain and just share with you some of the hiccups of a faculty that has already developed an online course and is running with it, and some of the good and some of the not so good that we're starting to see trending. So although the presentation deals with classroom research, that's exactly what I want to speak about in terms of how you prepare that and what we should know before you undertake such initiatives, such as creating a non-blended learning. I'm ready for my PowerPoint.
PowerPoint or video?
Sorry?
PowerPoint or video?
The PowerPoint. Oh, the video, yeah. Go ahead, the video. We didn't play that. I have a video I want to play for 1 minute if we can see it. If you can go right to the beginning. Just bring it to the beginning if it can.
Drag the little circle.
That little circle there. It's all still. Oh, wow.
I've got AB coming shortly. Do you want to go to the PowerPoint? AB are on their way down.
Okay. What's happening here, for the sake, is something about the PowerPoint, and the program is not speaking to the Blackboard. Here we go. Oh, you got both going now.
That's pretty good. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, listen to this for a minute. These are us, anybody that's going to be teaching online. That's me. Oh, here we go. All right. So here we go. The little video there was just to get us in the mood for, there's some happiness involved when you undertake online and blended learning. There's also, that I want to bring about, is some of the challenges involved with blended learning. So the advantages are quite easy. You see everybody out. You see there's no roof on our head. You hear those themes. The students seem happy. The faculty are very lighthearted, and they're dancing away, which is all exactly what I was thinking when I was actually putting something like this together. And in the process, somehow, what I failed to realize is that online learning It's not just for faculty, but online learning, students need to know, must be socialized, must be taught how to be online learners. So the easy part for me was putting content, material, structured the course. I'm quite proud of it, but it's me that's proud of it and the way I think it should look like. And in terms of structure, the way I thought, I have some experience teaching online, so I thought, wow, this is great. The socializing, last fall, I actually had a classroom discussion and said, hey, I'm thinking of doing this. Are you all with me, right, in terms of trying this out? And I actually had a Blackboard session where I had everyone, the board split in two, outline all the advantages they thought of online learning, and then also list all the disadvantages that they would think of in terms of online learning. So that kind of process of socialization, I did think of it last fall to prepare the students for the winter session. However, having said that, every advantage they talked about, and they were obvious, it's flexibility, 724, I have work. A lot of them have jobs that take them 15, 20 hours per week. A lot of them are single mothers of children. A lot of the other folks are very, very busy, holding down 2, 3 jobs just to make their education a reality. So there are some challenges, and we realize that. And obviously, that was one of the advantages that we saw as a school, as administrators, and as everyone else involved, that could provide a wider scope, a lot flexibility for our students, to better learn at their pace, at different levels, and so forth. So that was the idea and the summary of some of the advantages that we saw going forward. The assumptions that were made, and I'm starting to think about those assumptions I made, was that because they're so socially apt in looking at devices and technology, you think the students are really up on technology, a lot more so than the faculty. I mean, how many of you sit in classroom and you see people texting and, going on laptops, so you automatically make that assumption, oh, they're really good at this. However, when it comes to online learning, what I learned the hard way is that my expectations, my time management skills, my drive, my approach to studying is slightly different. So we get into the hidden curriculum. You have certain assumptions going in your classroom, and you're saying, well, they know how to do all this. And when you make the course so easy, modules, each week is a module, and you start with, these are the readings, this is the discussion, these are your quizzes, I mean, how can you go wrong? Yet, I did find some of those difficulties with the students. And the students really were game, they wanted to, but a lot of them kind of drifted away. So you still see that, population of students that are right up there, that are really good, self-disciplined, know time management skills. And then you have those other students that require a lot more attention. They really need to learn how to focus. They need to learn what to do with that independence when they're away from the classroom. One of the safeguards that I built into it was to actually open up the classroom on the days that they were online, because we did a 60-40 split. 60% of the classrooms were in-class traditional, 40% were online. We kept the classroom open for anyone who needed assistance, wanted to talk about anything, to come into that classroom anyway, even though they were outside. So all those safeguards were in there, but still my impression is that there's a lot of socializing and learning the students need to undertake before they truly become, the community, the school community of online learners. Those two concepts are anytime we're trying to apply any kind of assessment. One is the formative, one is the summative. Very quickly, because I've been given my 2-minute warning here, is that the formative is looking at your traditional ways of measuring students' performance, your quizzes, your tests, and so forth. We rely on them. As faculty, we rely on that to actually look at the performance of our students. The weakness, though, however, and I found out through online plus traditional learning, is that you don't adequately identify the strength, the specific strength and difficulties of individual students. That's the problem with just traditional testing. And therefore, it does not provide the data to inform the nature of instructional plans, content, and the whole idea how we best teach and deliver material. So that is the, takeaway from here. Watch that. It's easy to put formative plans together. It's another thing to actually identify student issues. The second one is summative. And basically, summative is what I'm interested in. It informs me, the teacher, the instructor, on whether the methods I'm using, the goals I'm trying to achieve, are actually working with the students, and the effectiveness of the overall plan. Again, linking to blended learning. This whole concept was about blended learning and how we do it. Okay, so I actually have notes you can take away. But the big thing here are the recommendation, the planning instruction. You have to start early, educate your students how to be online learners. You also need to manage the instruction. They need to know the functionality of basic online work. It's amazing how many don't actually know where to find the Dropbox or find a discussion. So that kind of instruction is managing that whole process and doing it slowly without getting right into online learning. Deliver the instruction. It's got to be relevant. It's got to be interesting. You can't be boring. I mean, you know that in the classroom now. You can't be boring. But even online, if you want them to actually sit down and read something, it's got to be interesting material that relates and then link the discussion so they're all engaged. I think that really works well and enhances learning. And finally, the evaluation and the instruction. This is what we're about to do. By the end of this particular semester, we intend to go in and do some qualitative testing and assessments about this whole idea of blended learning. What is working, what isn't working, and basically I can share that report and findings with everybody here and everyone else that's interested in engaging that. So I'll leave it in case there's any questions, but in a nutshell, that's blended learning for you.